All right, we're gonna get into it. In this video, I'm gonna be answering a question that was left on my YouTube video. And what this person said is, can you make a video about if we theoretically win the big lottery? What would be ways a band or artist can use all that money specifically without a label to make their music really popular? Example, what promotions on the internet or what teammates you can get on your own without a label? That was the question that was asked in one of my YouTube videos, and I'm making this video to answer that question. But before I go into the answer to that question, I just want you to know that my 3-song project just got released. It's called Calm Before the Storm. It's called Calm Before the Storm. It's on all streaming platforms. It got 3 fire-ass songs. Make sure to go check them shits out. Make sure to go stream it. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think about the project. It take about 9 minutes to go through it. 3 songs, straight to the point. Calm Before the Storm. That's out now on all streaming platforms by yours truly, Jadis Creek. Jaydis space CRETE. But anyway, to answer this question right here, right? She said, this person said, theoretically, if you win the big lottery, how would you promote and how would you advance your music career or your music brand? Number one, realize that if you hit the big lottery, you don't really have to become successful in music no more, to be honest. You could live off the interest, you can invest your money wisely, and you don't necessarily have to become big in music. At that point, you would be really choosing to become famous. If you want to take your big lottery money and put it into yourself to get big in music, that's you choosing to become famous. That's you paying basically to make sure yourself becomes famous. Excuse me, my fault. So that's number one. You don't have to do that. If you hit the big lottery, you could just chill if you really wanted to. Of course, make wise decisions with your money. Don't live too extravagantly. I would recommend living below your means, which is still gonna be higher than the average person, right? So that the money could last you for a long time. But I would definitely recommend taking that lotto money and putting it in a bank account to where it's growing interest, and you should have a lifestyle where you could basically live off the interest alone, you know? So that's what I would say, number one. Number two, the next thing is, if you did want to get big in music, even though you hit the Mega Millions or you hit the Powerball or whatever lottery, you definitely want to use people who are in the industry, that got their foot in the industry already, people who have worked with big artists, people who have worked with big record labels. And the reason why you want to work with those people is because those are going to be the people that can easily get you notoriety, right? Those are going to be the people who already know what it's like to work with a big name. Those are going to be the people that already know what it's like to work with famous people. So they're going to understand the process of how to get a new artist or a band, how to get them publicized. And that really brings me to my next point. The next thing you would want to get is somebody who's a publicist on your team. You definitely would need a publicist. Now, a publicist could cost a lot of money, especially if they're known for doing years of work and they got a track record, and they're known for breaking artists and making them big, and they're known for getting the public eye to know about an artist. Then a publicist could cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So I would definitely say the next thing is to get a high value publicist on your team, because the publicist is going to get you on, the biggest press releases, the biggest blogs, the blogs that get the most traffic. They're going to get you on the social media pages that get the most traffic and have the most gossip and have the most media attention. You know what I'm saying? That's what a publicist is going to do. They're going to get you in the public eye as much as possible. So I would say the next thing you would do is invest into a publicist, right? Work with a publicist. Now, of course, it costs money. We ain't going to act like making music and being a musician, especially an independent musician, we're not gonna act like that shit ain't challenging. That shit is mad challenging. And it costs money to invest into yourself. It costs a lot to make yourself bigger and to make yourself known, especially on an independent level. You gotta work extremely hard, but then, you know, a lot of people, they don't really got what it takes. They don't really got what it takes to keep putting out music, even though they may not get the recognition they deserve. And it does cost a lot of money. You know, at least if you did hit the big lottery, you would have the funds now, but it's you basically pushing a button and making yourself famous. That's basically what it is. But we ain't gonna act like being an independent musician ain't challenging. That shit is challenging. But my question to you is, what profession out there isn't challenging? What profession out there, if you really want to be successful at a high level, there's no fucking profession that's not going to be challenging. So it don't make sense to cry. It don't make sense to bitch. It don't make sense to whine about what it's going to take to be successful. If you know you want to be successful, you got to swallow your excuses. Your excuses are way too expensive and you can no longer afford them the minute you decide you want to be successful in something. Because there's no profession that you can make it big in and it's not going to be challenging. All the professions are going to be challenging. If you want to become really successful in anything, it don't matter. You could talk about trading, we could talk about real estate, we could talk about getting into the NBA, we could talk about becoming a very good lawyer, a very good doctor. All of these professions are going to require a lot of you. It's going to require damn near your whole dedication, your whole life's work to get to those successful levels in any of these professions, because you got to perform at high levels. If you want to be in the NFL, you can't be playing on no high school level. You got to do a lot of training. You're going to have to do a lot of conditioning. You're going to have to do a lot. There's going to be a lot of dedication involved. And it's no different in music. So understand that. And the next thing to understand is that your music got to be good. You got to be able to build fans to your music. You got to be able to do that. You know, so the quality of your music got to be good, because the more quality your music is, the more the fans and the more people are going to stick. The more people are going to keep coming back. But when you are working with a publicist, they're going to put you in the public eye, and it's going to make the public see you as a famous person. So it's going to be a million times easier for fans to stick if your music is good, because you're already in the public eye. You're already getting the attention. So that's the second thing I would say is a publicist. The third thing I would say is you would need a producer, to invest into a producer. And when I say a producer, I'm talking about somebody who you have great chemistry with, somebody who knows the sound you're going for, and they make beats that perfectly mesh with your sound, that perfectly mesh with your vocals. That's the next thing you're gonna need. And you're gonna need this producer. This could be a producer / engineer, right? And you're gonna have to bring this person all over the world with you. Basically, when you're going on tour, when you're going on vacation, wherever you're going, if you're going to a different state or a different country, you gotta bring your producer with you, because they gotta be in the hotel room while you're recording. Or y'all may have to hit up a studio in whatever town you in, and y'all gonna have to record there. But you're gonna wanna have your producer with you, because you and that producer, y'all have the chemistry. Y'all know how each other works. And it's like y'all could put y'all minds together and create the dopest product, which is the music. So that's the next thing you would need, is you would need to invest into a producer. The fourth thing you would need is I would say a manager. I think a manager would be helpful, but the manager has to be able to get you into doors that you're not able to get in on your own, right? They have to bring something to the table, I would say. And the manager is gonna be more than happy to work with you at this point, because you got your publicist talking about you. So in your manager's eyes, they're gonna look at you as they're gonna look at you as a business opportunity for them, because you getting bigger, you in the public eye, you got a publicist that you invested in, and the manager's gonna look at you and say, damn, if I work with this person and get them into certain doors, I'm gonna make money, right? Because when you sign to a manager, when you got a manager, they get a small cut out of your income, right? As a musician. So understand that, right? Understand that. As far as promotions on the internet, you could do your own promotions too. With a lot of money from the lottery as a musician, you could take a percentage of the money that you have and put it into your marketing budget. Run ads on Facebook. You definitely want to run ads on Instagram. You want to run ads on TikTok. Wherever the big run ads on YouTube, whatever the big social media platforms are, you want to be in the forefront of those platforms. And if you got a lot of money from hitting the lottery or something like that, or you just got a lot of money in general, you definitely want to have a marketing campaign set up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And then after that point, what I would say is it's not just about marketing to expand your reach. That's important, but also what is your method in terms of you keeping fans? Like what information are you going to be collecting with your fans? Because you're going to need a way to continuously update the new people who see you on these social websites. You feel what I'm saying? Drop a comment below if this is making sense so far. Drop a comment below if you appreciate the value I'm sharing with you. Make sure to share this video with 5 people you know. And also subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the bell button so you can be notified whenever I release videos. I would appreciate that. I appreciate y'all support because, you know, I've been getting shadow banned for a while now on YouTube, and the people are the ones who support me at the end of the day, you know. And if you really support my channel and you really support what I do, check out the merch that I have available. Make sure to buy yourself some merch. You buy the merch, it gets shipped to your house within 5 to 7 business days automatically, right? There should be merch below where you could get hats, hoodies, and stuff like that. But yeah, so you definitely want to have a social media marketing campaign going on. But of course, you still got to do a lot of work, because if you have a marketing campaign on these social websites, the question is, what are you going to market? What are you going to market? Is it going to be an interview that you did? Is it going to be a music video that you did? You got to have your content piece ready, right? So you got to create the content, make sure it's professionally made, make sure it's high quality before you start marketing it on these social platforms. Because if you ain't marketing shit, if you marketing something of low quality, you wasting your time. So it's best to create high quality content and promote that, right? And you focus on one at a time. Whichever one is your best piece of high quality content that you recently made, start by promoting that, I would say. Now, the next thing is, which brings me to my next point, what I would do if I hit the lottery is I would get a dope videographer, somebody who shoots videos and they do it in a dope way, right? And they're real great at shooting videos. You need that person, and I think it's obvious why you need a videographer for when you're shooting your music videos. You gotta have a videographer for shooting your music videos. You're not gonna just be making music. You gotta give a visual. You gotta put an image. You gotta put a face to your brand. You gotta show the world who you are. And one of the best ways you could do that is through videos, music videos, right? And a great videographer, they're gonna be able to have the best angles. They're gonna show the best scenery, give you the best B-roll and stuff like that. And if you really want to take it to the next level, you could invest into a director. You got money, right? You hit the lottery. You can invest into a director, and the director takes care of everything. They take care of what are the best scenes, what would be the best backgrounds, what other people in your video should be doing at different points in the video. This is what a director does. They direct the whole entire video. That's their job. So you see how all of these moving parts, they come together to create a superstar, right? It's not just the artist. The artist needs a team. The artist needs a team to be successful. Now, even as an independent artist, you can do this. It just may take a little longer for you to get out new content. It may take a little longer for you to get out new music. It may take a little longer for you to get out new music videos. That's the only difference. But you can still do this as an independent artist. You can still have your engineer. You can still have your some ads running every month on Facebook, on Instagram. You can still have a videographer slash director, right? Your videographer could be a director in one. It could be somebody who shoots videos and they know how to direct videos at the same time. You know what I mean? That's definitely a possibility. So don't think that's not possible. And the next thing I would say is drop dope shit, because a lot of the legwork, a lot of your publicity is gonna come from the work of your publicist. So once your publicist is dope, right, and you making good music, it's naturally gonna make you bigger and bigger. Those are gonna be like probably the two biggest driving forces to your marketing. And I would say to get a publicist who's worked with major labels in the past, because once you got money, money talks, right? Like one of my songs I made is called Money Don't Stutter, and it's a fact. When you got money, it don't matter at that point if you sign to a label or not. You can pay somebody to make you fucking famous because you basically paying to play. The next thing you could do is, if you hit the lottery for a lot of money, is you can find a big DJ in your area, in your city, or any DJ. I'll say any DJ. Any DJ in a big city, right? In a big city, and let's say that DJ works on a major radio station. What I would do, if I hit the big mega millions or something, and I got a whole lot of money to spare, I would hit up the big DJ of a big city, and I would find out how much it costs to get me a certain amount of spins on that radio station every day. That's another way where you can make yourself instantly famous. So that's another person you might want on your team, is a DJ, a major DJ who's fire, who's dope, who people know. Once you have that DJ in your corner, what you then do is you give them the two songs, your two biggest songs, and you find out how much it's gonna cost to get 2 spins a day, or how much it's gonna cost to spin your song at peak hours when most people are listening to the radio at that time. Now, between your publicist, between that DJ, between your producer, between your videographer, between your social media campaigns, ad campaigns, you could become a star relatively overnight, because you got the money. You're basically being your own label if you have lottery type of money. If you got millions and millions and millions of dollars, you basically became your own label. So understand that money talks. Money can get you into rooms that, I would say money can get you into rooms, but if you want to stay in those rooms, characters still matter. You know what I mean? Character and making dope music is going to keep you in those rooms. And not doing no crazy shit is going to keep you in those rooms. But money can initially get your foot in the door. Money talks, and that's how it's always going to be, right? So understand that. It's not very hard, especially if you got a lot of money. You can just fucking push a button and really make yourself famous. But it will take you reaching out to all of these people who, like the DJs, the publicists, engineer, the producer, the videographer, the director. Of course, you got to reach out to these people. But trust me, once you get their attention and you let them know how much money you working with and what you bring into the table, and you willing to pay and you willing to invest into yourself, they're going to be willing to work with you. And if the music is dope, forget about it. You can make yourself successful without a label, because you're your own label at that point. But anyway, this is Jay Discreet. Like I said, make sure to stream Calm Before the Storm. It's out now on all streaming platforms. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you fuck with this video. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Love y'all.